Hello everybody, welcome to this introduction to AVEVA Edge. So in today's video we're going to cover an overview of the product, what are the main features and competitive advantages, a little bit about licensing, and some key takeaways for the product. And so what is AVEVA Edge? Well, it's an easy to use yet still very powerful, flexible, and affordable HMI and SCADA software for Industry 4.0, Industrial Internet of Things, basically solutions for industrial PCs, embedded devices, mobile devices. And one of the main features of the products, or a big feature of the product, is you can develop your project once and deploy and run it on many different operating systems. This gives you the flexibility to have different price points and different size options and resolutions for your customers' choices. The vision is to have not only the built-in features and product capabilities that we have, but also building on open standards. And what that does is it gives you the flexibility and capability. If we don't have a feature built in, then you can add additional third-party tools. And again, all of this is keeping security in mind as well. And one of the big concepts of this product is, and fitting in with the rest of the AVEVA portfolio, is the idea of edge to enterprise. Now, AVEVA Edge typically will sit down at a machine environment or an edge, and whether that's in a manufacturing environment or a process environment, utilities, infrastructure, etc. It doesn't have to be in a manufacturing environment. But the idea is to be very interoperable with the different products, whether it's InTouch HMI, AVEVA System Platform, Insight, being able to get data up into the cloud. And that's the idea of being able to get data from edge type devices, whether again it's in manufacturing or not, and into other locations, whether it's control rooms or up into the cloud, where you can then analyze that data, feed it back into the system, and then improve your throughput, quality, and just overall product capabilities. So where does this fit? Well, if you take a look at whether it's sensors or pump controls, valve controls, motor controls, or even whole machines, kind of at the lowest level where you can find information, then those edge devices, whether it's PCs, embedded networking devices, small devices, to be able to grab that data, that's the data acquisition part, and manipulate it in such a way that you don't have to send all of the data all of the time. Make sure that it's grouped logically, that it's filtered accordingly, and contextualized for what you're trying to do with it once you get it into the cloud. Then once you get it into the cloud, and it doesn't have to be in the cloud per se, it can be an on-premises solution as well, to be able to then analyze that data and feed it back into the system to improve again your performance, the throughput, the quality, etc. And so some of the main benefits of AVEVA Edge are listed here down the left-hand side in these horizontal kind of slices: portability, mobility, and interoperability. The portability part of this is as I mentioned before, that you can run this product on different operating systems, whether it's Windows Desktop and Server editions, embedded Windows, Windows CE, or even Linux operating systems, often with no changes or sometimes very little changes to the project. Mobility, being able to view and interact with the screens remotely, whether it's a desktop, whether it's a tablet, whether it's a phone, that gives your operators and maintenance staff the flexibility to be at the right place at the right time. It used to be, 10 years ago or so, that you would have, let's say, 10 machines and 10 operators and a handful of maintenance staff. Well, that's not the case anymore. For 10 machines, you maybe have 3 or 4 operators and 1 roaming maintenance person. And if they're not exactly at the right place, well, through notifications and screens and visualization, they can make sure that they are at the right place at the right time. Interoperability. Now we have over 200 drivers built in, not only for PLCs, but temperature controllers, motion, vision, RFID, barcode, including robots. And the idea there too is unlike some of our competitors that only have a handful of drivers, we have over 200 drivers built in, and thus you don't have to pay for or use OPC if you don't want to. We do have a full complement of both OPC DA and UA, both client and server capabilities, if you need to use those. We can communicate to databases, networking devices, cloud-based architectures, again via OPC, via MQTT. We even have new in version 2020, we have added Sparkplug B specification support for MQTT as well. So all of this to help you again be more productive, create a higher reliable product, and again with security in mind as well. So 100% compatibility with applications created in previous generations of product. Now this product goes back to the late 90s, and I can tell you from experience because I was actually a customer before I was an employee of AVEVA, and having developed an application in the late 90s and then bringing that forward into today's product with no conversion really necessary. You just open it up in the current version and everything is there for you. So save that time, unlike some of our competitors that every 3 years or so force you to upgrade the product, and your project becomes incompatible and you have to redevelop everything from scratch. Why do that? Your personal product is time, and why have you waste all that time? So again, protecting your investment in this. So AVEVA Edge is used in so many different vertical markets. But why do you care if one of these is not your vertical market? Well, what I like to bring up is that we tend to listen to our customers, put features into the product that help them out, and before we do that, we tend to listen to a particular industry or customer base and understand how that feature can be used and added to the product so that other customers can use it. So for example, in the United States, we have a government standard called 21 CFR Part 11, and that kind of sets up traceability and trackability and some security information. So when we got requests from our pharmaceutical customers, we added that feature into the standard product, and now other customers can take advantage of that, whether it's in water and wastewater, food and beverage, again, other industries. So lots of different industrial applications, and then we've applied those features so that you can use those as well. Some of the main features and competitive advantages of AVEVA Edge. So first of all, as I just mentioned, the complete feature set is included. Everything that you need to create a complete HMI or SCADA project. We have over 250 drivers, including connections for OPC UA and DA, both as client and as server, built-in alarms, trending, database connectivity. Although we don't force you to do database connectivity if you don't want to. We don't force you to install a SQL database like some other products do. We have HTML5 clients so that you can view and interact with the projects via desktop, via tablets, phones, other devices. We support recipes, reports, email, and sending of text messages. All the tools that you need for graphics, shapes. We have symbol libraries built into the products, animations, security, including connections to Microsoft Active Directory, multiple languages, and so much more in this product. Now, as I just mentioned, here's kind of a shot of some of the ribbons in the product, the toolbars, just showing you some of the different features and how they're logically grouped in the product. And it's the little things that count, things that you would think that would be in other products but are not so easily accessible. For example, we've heard from some of our customers that some of our competitors don't handle PDF viewing, or especially even PDF writing in their products. We have that for the SCADA version as a writer built into the product. FTP access, redundancy for databases, thin clients, even total system redundancy is supported. ActiveX and .NET object support if you need third-party tools to bring those in. The ability to keep different versions concurrently installed. This is big if you're a system integrator or you have customers that have different versions and you need to maintain those compatible products. Maybe they've done some validation or things like that. Online configuration with automatic runtime update. Avoid time-consuming runtime shutdowns. Built-in protocol analyzer and some other troubleshooting tools. Multi-touch gestures, for example, rotate, resize, as well as kind of pan across the screen. They're just enabled with a checkbox, make it really easy to do. Import wizards and add-ons for third-party applications to bring those in and make those part of AVEVA Edge projects. Scalability, I mentioned this before, but not only different operating systems, but resolution. You can have it auto-scale to different resolutions. There's a conversion resolution tool as well. And again, this offers you the flexibility to offer your customer a scalable price point solution from low-end to standard to high-end hardware as you see fit. And it's more than just an HMI. The architecture that you can lay out for this is extremely flexible. It can be a local HMI, it can be a distributed HMI, it can be hosted in an in-facility plant server, in the cloud, or kind of all of the above. And it's, again, more than just an HMI. It can be used to set up for production monitoring, and on type applications where you have many of them up in the rafters showing information for whether it's OEE or your key performance indicators that make sense for your facility. Infrastructure, oil and gas, utilities, water, wastewater, energy management. But again, industrial Internet of Things and Industry 4.0 type applications, packaging templates, OEE templates, you name it, this product can probably do it. So solution in layers, and what you're going to find is that in general, new customers tend to create a very customized solution as they're learning the product. They then move on to using templates and sharing screens and things of that nature. But what's really unique about this product is that we can create screens, graphics, drivers, trends, alarms, tags on the fly, so a project can kind of self-create itself. And what that does is allows you to create a project that will allow you to go on site and deploy a project, configure it, as opposed to program it and customize it for a solution. So very flexible and helps you deploy that project easier. Again, your one of your personal products is time, so save you that time. Modular architecture. So with AVEVA Edge here at the core of this diagram, we let you connect and use different hardware. So if you're not satisfied with your manufacturer of hardware, whether it be price, performance, quality, allows you to change to a different manufacturer of hardware, if you will. We don't limit you to that hardware. That's a key important point. Some of our system integrator partners will find that they're changing the HMI hardware depending on the PLC that they use. Why do that? Use one brand of HMI, one piece of hardware, independent from the PLC manufacturer that you're using. Layer of abstraction for communication. We make it easy to change the PLC driver and use the same tags in different drivers, turn those drivers on or off. You don't even have to remove those. Keep those in the system and just enable or disable them on the fly as needed. Abstraction from database. We don't care what database you use. If you start out small with something like Microsoft Access, move to MySQL or Microsoft SQL Server. Same connections, same commands, same tools. And then we also have two different sets of toolkits for either writing your own driver or tag database toolkit. These are add-ons that will allow you to connect up to either our tags or write your own driver if necessary. So again, that portability, the ability to create your project once and deploy it on any of these different operating systems, whether it's IoT View for Linux, Compact HMI for Windows Embedded, Compact could be CE, Embedded HMI for Windows 10 IoT Enterprise, for Windows Embedded, or even Windows Desktop or Server operating systems, again with little or no changes to your project. The mobility part of this, I mentioned earlier, the mobile access thin client built on HTML5 and the secure viewer thin client, really just the ability to get the data visualized where you need it in different devices, different operating systems, kind of platform agnostic at that point. The interoperability. Now this diagram says a lot. Now with AVEVA Edge at the core of this diagram, you think mostly an HMI is going to talk some type of PLC protocol to a PLC. Well, that's of course the basics of this, but we can communicate to multiple PLCs, multiple drivers simultaneously, so allowing you to be a gateway between different brands of PLCs, as well as connect up to get information from any of these PLCs and send to any of these other destinations, whether it's a 20-year-old serial-based temperature controller, collect that data, send it to a database, get that information in and send it to OPC, pull information from the web, send it to PLC. You can see how interoperable this is, being able to get information from any of these sources and send any information to different destinations. Now, acting as an OPC server, picture this: we can be a server to anybody's third-party client. They could talk to our OPC server and then get to any of our drivers. So we can be an OPC server talking to PLCs very, very cost effectively. The uniqueness of the database connectivity in this product. So first of all, it's very easy. You don't need to write script. You don't need to know SQL. But it has also, in addition to the database connectivity, we can integrate with AVEVA Historian, formerly Wonderware Historian, and AVEVA Insight, formerly Wonderware Online in the cloud. So often having store and forward capabilities, redundant capabilities, and being able to get the alarms and events and trend log, just really any logged information to and from databases as well. So a unique tool that is available for AVEVA Edge is something called AVEVA Edge Management. Now this is a cloud-based deployment tool, if you will. So what it allows you to do, rather than connecting up to individual PCs or HMIs on the plant floor, this allows you to deploy your project through the cloud and let those devices go get an update to the project, to the runtime version, even the license from the cloud. Now, being an outbound connection, that's inherently more secure, but this really, is a benefit when you have tens, 20s, hundreds, thousands of devices. If you want to connect up via an IP address, we have that remote management tool built into the product, so you can connect up to a device, download the project, move on to the next one. But when you start to get a lot of those devices, edge management becomes really the tool that you need to be able to do that. And native integration with system platform, we have a tool called the ITME View App Object to link your information, whether it be values, alarms, history, into system platform. But in addition to that ITME View App Object, you can also use things like MQTT or OPC as well to get data to not only the system platform but to other architectures as well. FactoryTalk import tools, as well as Panel Builder 32 and PanelMate, allow you to move to a modern supported product very cost effectively, reducing your deployment time and leveraging your past engineering investments. Once you get a project into AVEVA Edge, then it becomes an AVEVA Edge project where you can take advantage of some of the newer, more advanced and easy to use features in the product as well. So some of the licensing levels for AVEVA Edge SCADA, the Windows desktop and server-based operating systems, we support anywhere from 150 tags up to unlimited tags. And then on the embedded architectures, we go from 150 tags, 4,000 tags, and then when you're using Flex subscription, you can get at unlimited tags as well there. But what you have to understand is all the features are available at any license level. So the unlimited tag version supports all the features and down to 150 tags as well. You don't lose features based on the tag count. So any of these runtime license support at least one concurrent thin client, and additional clients are available for purchase individually. That's one of the very rare times that we have you purchase anything above and beyond. Again, everything is all included as well. So some key takeaways: we want to be comprehensive, meaning everything is included and easy to use. We want to be flexible and open, allow you to tie into tools that you may have or want or need, and then sustainable and affordable. The different deployments and the different capabilities of this product let you, suit your needs depending on whether these projects are kind of CapEx projects or OpEx projects, depending on how you want to deploy that. So we think it's a product that really is very flexible, open, and available for you to use. So thank you for your time, and have a great day.